I know. I know.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Fight Club. What's up, folks? It's your boy Deuce here, coming at you from the Fight Club. We got leagues, as you know, as usual, and as always, followed by our great sage, Jonathan Tillman, the Till Show, young old sage
What's up?
man
What's
over
up?
there, always with the sensu beans. Then we got,
Shit, I need some
as
goddamn
usual,
senza
it's
beans.
Corey's show. We got
Yeah,
Corey
right.
Bliss.
Corey's show.
Hey, Hamas,
It's Corey's show. It's Bliss with the G, triple OG, young veteran, protecting our nation. You know, he go to war for us at always.
we got young Deuce out here repping the hardest onesie I've ever seen a grown man.
Yo.
You know, I got my Wade Wilson swag on. If you don't know, didn't know. Yeah, Merc with a mouth. Since they say I talk too much. So fuck y'all.
That's fitting. That is fitting. Fitting.
Exactly. But yeah, we're back just kicking with you guys like usual. You know, 2016, as all y'all know, is a trash year at the end of the year. So we weren't able to come talk to y'all after Capcom Cup like we planned to. So I apologize. It just, life hits you. But we here as usual.
Man.
We never die. You know, Phoenix will always revive us. You know, just like him. So it's all good. We back as usual. Here to close out 2016 with a bash. So we just wanted to kind of do a year in review and look forward to what's coming out 2017 and all the new news and reviews over the last couple of weeks. Y'all want to go say hello?
What up, people?
What's going on, man? We not dead.
Right.
Not dead.
that's all I got. We not dead.
Yeah.
My man Till over there with the Instagram sepia filter. Nashville. I didn't know Google Hangouts had the filter on.
Hey.
Got the Nashville
I'm gonna just blame it on my
1977
tablet.
filter.
I'm blaming it on my tablet.
Nah, we somehow have developed the technology to stream from his real time. You know, this is a Flashpoint paradox stream coming straight from the Fight Club. Back in 1977 right now.
Parallel universe stream.
Hey, don't be surprised if we see one of these still shots of Taylor just add me on Twitter in a couple hours.
Taylor over there straight from Westworld. You know, live from Westworld.
Looking like a scene straight out of Mad Max.
I just started Westworld too. I just started that job.
Old timey photos. All right, just mess with y'all. Corey, what's good, man?
Hey man, we here. This is a moonshine drive, but I'm drinking beer, so don't judge me.
That's so awkward.
Yeah,
you could have kept that to yourself.
Yeah, you could have just said it was moonshine, dog.
Nah, because we're kind of savage drinking straight moonshine out the joint. Like,
I can go grab my moonshine jar. I got my Christmas moonshine jar from 3 Christmases ago that I just been adding liquor to for the last 3 years.
Oh no!
It's like a pirate swill bottle at this point. It's real crazy. I got that idea from old pirate stories. You know, they used to take their little bottle and they wouldn't let it finish. They'd leave a good cup or so left in their bottle, and every time they stopped at a new port, they would just grab a new different bottle of rum and add it to their jug. And after a while, it's just a mixture of rum or mixture of liquor, and that'll get you fucked up. So I took on that. Right, I have a moonshine jar like that.
Yeah, that sounds like death.
It is death.
Yeah, and it sounds like the bottle fucking stinks.
Yeah.
Well, it's in a jar. It's in a mason jar, so it's nice and sealed and fermented in a dark place. Mm-hmm. So it just gets stronger and stronger the longer.
So so when you open it, it really fucking stinks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I got some cinnamon sticks in there, so it actually keeps it sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you kind of keep it rocking. I got a couple cinnamon sticks in there, so it actually kind of nice. But it is strong as hell. It is poison. It will wilt a tree like on a
Right,
Looney Tunes
right.
cartoon.
Like you need to dilute that junk, or just take it in shot form.
Yeah, taking a shot for them or
Oh,
mix it with something. But anyway, getting to these fisticuffs, getting to these games. Talking about fisticuffs, y'all see Bernard Hopkins get knocked into the moon? He went to the nether realm.
Man,
hey,
man,
hey, hey,
man,
Usually folks get sent to go be a family man, but they sent them straight to the nether realm. Scorpion got him.
man. That was.
That was
Oh
sad. He's a
Jesus!
legend.
Oh Jesus!
The last time I felt like
Man,
this, it was Pacquiao. I thought he was dead. And last legend, it just was like done,
and
dead.
he old man. Like I don't
He like
even.
80 years old. He a little bit younger than you. You know.
That's
he about
funny.
it. He about as old
That was a good. I actually did not see that coming. That's a good. I didn't see that one coming. Wow.
But yeah, man, peace be to B Hop's family and friends. I hope his children are okay. You know,
Man, he got knocked through the
see
roof.
that insurance money go to the right place. You don't have family members fighting over it because he did. So other than that, back to these fisticuffs. So Capcom Cup. Let's start where we should have started last couple weeks ago here. So what up with my boy Knuckle Dude, USA?
Looking like the best player in the world. And in this very next tournament, he gets bopped.
And then gets bopped at NEC.
That is the way of Street Fighter V. Consistency is not the game.
It is not the game.
But I'm proud of Do. He played. I've never seen him play like that before.
Yeah, he played lights out.
Yeah, I don't care who you put him up against at all. He wasn't going to lose that tournament. He was playing.
Nah, he was clicked in. He was locked in.
Yeah, he was playing otherworldly. I know. Shout out to Ricky.
It was his time.
Yeah, and shout out to Ricky because if Du wasn't in that tournament, Ricky definitely would have won because she played.
Yeah, definitely. Ricky definitely wins that tournament if Dude's not there.
Yeah, she played like lights out. I've never seen Ricky play that way. She mentioned that she used her training method the last 2 weeks before Capcom Cup, and she said that made all the difference because she said all year she never got to train how she wanted, so she took the time to train how she wanted, and then that performance definitely paid off.
Americans in the top 2. Americans in winners finals. Well, she had to go through. She had to go through a little bit, but that's still crazy though. All that stuff.
Was that the?
It was still
the first time in Street Fighter history?
I think so.
Capcom Cup, yep.
Yeah, I think that was the first time that Americans were in. It was all American winners final. Yeah, grand finals in Street Fighter.
Didn't happen in Evo that I remember.
No.
Has happened in Capcom.
Definitely happened in Street Fighter 4. So
yeah, that was huge.
So
man.
is that a good sign or a bad sign for Street Fighter?
Go ahead, Corey.
I say that's a double entendre. Reason being, it's good for Americans because now I'm pretty sure that's going to boost a lot of people. Especially seeing how young Du is. That should want to make young people want to get into it. Say, oh man, this young kid just won $250,000 playing video games. And he's only 19, 20 years old. I can go get in this and do something that might help the community. But then you're going to have the OGs and overseas players. They're going to come back with vengeance next year. Like it's going to be very, very tough for Americans next year. I feel like they're going to come with so much tech. They're going to have so much tech. Yeah, I think it'll be a very scary year next year. Like as bad as I want the U.S. to succeed, I think they're gonna go into like their hyperbolic time chamber and do some otherworldly things.
Like I think it's a good thing for Americans. I think this was the year if they were going to win any major Evo or Capcom Cup or what have you. This was the year to do it. Then next year, as there are more characters and the game gets more balanced and people just start discovering more tech with the game, you're just going to see the I guess you can say the players who can who are just savvy with their reads I think those players will start to win more. So it'll just look like whomever is winning majors or consistently winning. It's not that they figured out the game, because I think that part has passed. That was infiltration's time. Now it's about um, developing your individual tech with your character and making the good reads of what the other player wants to do. Like you like they did. They dumbed down I guess you can say they dumbed down the mechanics of the game
Yes.
to have more people just worried about your mind versus the opponent's mind. And so that's how Knuckle Dude can win a Capcom Cup and get bopped at NEC, because then it's more footage on you and your character. And now it's like, well, we kind of figure what you want to do, then you're gonna get bodied. So
Yeah,
it's a good thing though. I'm glad Americans won. I'm glad
oh,
it
yeah.
isn't.
We needed
Yeah, I'm
one. We
glad.
needed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we needed that.
Good. Well, so let's see. NEC. How y'all feel about NEC?
Throwaway tournament. Something to do at the end of the year.
Yeah, something to do at the end of the year. Like
Sean,
I like the fact that it got Yipes out of the house.
oh
I
yeah.
like hearing Yipes comment. I like hearing like Yipes commentary.
Oh yeah.
So,
Um,
but in terms of like the tournament itself and whatever.
hey, shout out to the boys
Yeah.
from the Dominican Republic though. DRA, May,
Yeah, he can play.
and
Yeah,
Gamma. I think his name Gamma. Something. Yeah, them boys nice. The birdie
yeah,
player.
they are nice.
They are legit nice. They're not. No, they're not.
Yeah,
So salute them. I'm
yeah,
glad to see they're traveling. I know they don't have many opportunities to play against good players and stuff. So anytime they can get around, or anybody who's good can get around and go play, I like seeing them
right,
more. So yeah, salute
right,
to them because they put on a hell of a show. Salute to Ambu Pump, Karen player who actually won the whole tournament, his first major ever. Which, like I said, if you seen him in the bracket, you would never pick him to win. So that's how unpredictable this game can be. You never know. You look at who was in that tournament and say, oh, he wouldn't have won. And
right.
then he ends up winning, and he played outstanding. Almost blew a 3-1 lead. CC Golden State, but I mean, he still clutched it out, and salute to him.
Most definitely. Cool. Before we go into the season 2 Akuma stuff, Marvel. So first the nice little remake, the port over to PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all like having Marvel on PlayStation 4 now?
It's still a game with horrible lag. That's just how it's gonna always be a game with horrible lag. Um, it's a nice little reboot. I wouldn't, if I was Kaka, I probably wouldn't have charged people for it, but I get why they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice. If you just want to just mess around with the game, if you never got into the game in the 5 years it's been around, and you just want to mess around with it to get an idea of what versus games and games are like, it's a nice little thing. I'll probably play. I
They
would
had
say
to
play
throw it out
Marvel
there
One.
for Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, I would
Yeah,
say play
Christmas was
Marvel
coming up.
One,
That's why they had
but
to charge something.
yeah, I would say play Marvel One, but they don't have that out, so this is probably your next best
5K,
bet.
5K, baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 5K.
Uh,
But I like Marvel. I mean, it's 3, and depending on who you ask, it's terrible. But yeah, the Infamous has never been fun. I mean, as far as from a casual perspective. But if you're playing casual with another casual, y'all not doing Infamous anyway. It's a fun game. So I mean,
right,
it's a real fun. It's a fun game. You get to play with. From a casual perspective, you get to play with all your favorite characters from the Marvel universe, X-Men universe, and then you got Street Fighter characters as well, and some other fighting game
right,
characters, Darksider stuff from that age, from the '90s and stuff like that. But you know, from that, it was more so just to give us a little something to play because they got Marvel versus Capcom Infinite coming out in this next year. So that's really what the purpose of it was, to give us something just to kind of wet our whistle for the time
hmm
being. So with all the trailers and gameplay footage that we've got so far from Infinite coming up, how y'all feel about what it's looking like so far?
we saw 6 characters. It looks like Marvel.
right.
I don't know. I don't know how much
It looks like Marvel cross Tekken, to be honest, with what they did with like
the tagging system.
the tag system of the characters and how they're coming in.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it just looks like Marvel. It just looks like it's gonna be super ridiculous. It looks like you gotta land the hit, and once you land the hit, the other person doesn't get to play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's
that just looks like what it is.
I think it's interesting that taking it back to the TV team, back to Marvel Origin days.
And no assist.
Yeah,
And I have an assist.
that's that no assist is going to be the biggest key.
Right.
I think what I'm more interested in is like the button layout. How is
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
button layout is going to be? Is it going to be like class? Because at one point Marvel was what 6 button layout,
Yeah, Marvel 6 button game.
and then
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Marvel 2 was a 4 button game with 2 assist buttons.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be big with Capcom and this whole cater to the casual fan, blah 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 blah, all the other stuff we don't like hearing. Um, I think it's interesting to see how they're going to do the gameplay. Are they going to make it easy again? Are they going to make it easy or make it hard? Like, are you going to cater to hardcore Marvel, or is their whole point of this is making the game that's going to be casual friendly as well, can be played at a high level, blah 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 blah.
Right.
I think what they're going to do is something similar to how Street Fighter has been coming along. Street Fighter 5 is they're going to cater to they're going to cater and market to the casual audience. I mean, they think about it. They're not even publicizing the Marvel characters and all that stuff. Right now, they're going to use the MCU. All these
Mm-hmm.
great, fantastic A plus 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 fantastic movies that's been dropping. So they got all these new Marvel movies, the Avengers. Probably going to have some Galaxy Guardians from the Galaxy characters out there. All that the Doctor Strange. You're going to have all these
Right.
Marvel Universe movie characters with their designs from the movies are going to be all in this game, and that's going to be the marketing push. They're going to not even really market the whole Capcom part of it because they got Street Fighter out. So they're going to push the Marvel.
Right.
I can almost guarantee all the commercials are going to be like, "Hey kids, you come play Iron Man on a video game." This, you know what I mean? It's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy because they got a new movie coming out. So like that's going to be
Right.
a push. You know what I mean? Mrs. Marvel and all these new characters. Black Panther might pop up in there. Spider-Man is going to be in there. Stuff like that,
Right.
because that's what, as far as marketing, it's just smart marketing. So I think
Yeah,
they're going to cater all of that towards the casual audience, which is also a thing why they may have dropped it down to 2 people and took away the assist. So
yeah,
that also
Mm.
brings to me that it might be a little bit simpler beginning gameplay, similar to Street Fighter 5. However,
Mm.
there will be some advanced combos and some possible infinites and
Oh
things
yeah.
of that nature in there for the pros to be able to use.
yeah. They noted one thing, or 2 points. The first one they said that their whole point of this Marvel game was before Marvel was like you couldn't always play your favorite character. You kind
Right.
of had to build a team around that, and your team composition mattered. Blah blah. In this game, team composition should not matter. You should be able to pick your 2 favorite characters in the game and play with them no matter the matchup or whatever, because of the no assist and whatever the case may be. So I think that's going to be interesting to see how they do that. Because we should definitely see more character diversity if that's the end of the game.
Right.
If like you could pick any 2 characters, then you should be able to do just fine. And 2, if you sit there and think this is just me on some Illuminati type stuff, I wonder how long this game has been in the works. How long have Capcom had the okay for this game and stuff?
Right.
Because Marvel within the last 5 years has picked up their steam with these movies, TV shows, merchandising, and everything. Marvel vs. Capcom has always been a popular game, uh, real hardcore following. So, for a while we thought it wasn't even possible. Like, there was no way we were ever getting another Marvel game. And then here we are getting another Marvel game. So I'm like, I wonder how long this has been in the works. I hope they release some of that information. I like knowing like the behind the scenes work, how stuff worked, how it came about. So I hope as it gets
Mm.
closer to release date and after release date, they share some of that information about that.
Right. To that point, I think that there's always companies are always developing games. There's always people with ideas, and there's
Mm-hmm.
always different stages to get, to those ideas have to go through. So I think, especially in terms of them having a an artwork design for the game. Like I think that proves that they had been working on it long before people were having rumors swirling or whatever. Like they had this idea tucked away somewhere and had some people developing it as they went along, you know, and then they were just kind of like waiting to see how much, I guess you can say how much popularity another Marvel game would get and such, and who they would and what movies would come out and how they can relate that to the Marvel side of the character screen. And then Capcom, of course, always has their collection of notable Capcom characters, your Striders, your Dantes, your Mega Mans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to you know, they'll always have a character base and they'll always have something that they can go to. But it'll be interesting to see how that game develops, because no assists is interesting because that's a staple in Marvel games and versus games, to be honest. And now that that's not a characteristic, how do you do the long combos? How do you do the kill combos? The one hit, the get the hit, and then that character dies combos. And I think that's gonna have the people who get really good at the game are gonna develop that tag switch mechanic to the point where the game's probably gonna look broke. It's gonna look broken. I feel like the game's gonna be broken, and I think it should be, but
It's Marvel.
Marvel, like it should be broken. Like that's what made the shit fun. Like that the shit that it was broken now at a pro player level, it's boring because they pick the same characters over and over again. So to Corey's point, I would rather character variety if I'm just watching the game and playing the game. But if you plan to win, do the broken shit.
Yeah.
Do the broken shit, man. Get that money.
I think the Infinity Stones are going to play a part in that whole broken shit.
That too. That was also interesting. I thought that was interesting too. Yeah.
So it's kind of like those. What was the thing in Alpha? Or was it Street Fighter versus Tekken?
No, it was Marvel Superheroes. Well, Street Fighter versus Tekken had the gem system, had the gems too. But Marvel Superheroes had the Infinity Stone gems in it.
So that's going to be interesting.
Like you can activate the power, time, soul gems or whatever. But the way they came out in the game is that you had to hit your opponent with a projectile or get like the first attack, and that was like the only way the gems came out. So I wonder how you get get the gems in the first place.
Yeah, the original one, it was what? Yeah, the first attack dropped the gem. When you were low in health, it would drop a gem.
Yeah.
Projectiles would drop a gem. It was actually a bunch of different ways the gem would drop. It just never happened because of the way the game turned out being. But yeah, like to the point, it's just weird, like seeing that, like we got no assists now, so like, you know, no more hidden missiles, you know, no more Dante jam session,
right?
No more random Tatsus from Akuma coming out the woodwork. Like, what do we do at this point, you know? But I trust it, you know. I still think no matter the shit Capcom went through with Street Fighter V, you know, no matter how bad of a launch it was, they still dropped a beautiful balanced video game from the get-go. And I think they're doing they're still getting better with the balancing and stuff. So I trust them with Marvel now. Like, and the fact they brought in the OG people, the people that worked on Marvel Origins, worked on Marvel 2, worked on Essence 2, they're working on this game too. Like they got those minds in there. So, you know, they got the right people working on it. Combo Fiend, he always speaks well for the community. So I think he great input with that as well. But we get it next year that we know. Hopefully that don't change. But next year we'll have a new Marvel.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we got Marvel coming, and we got Tekken coming too. So we should be getting that release date coming up in the next couple weeks. Are we forgetting about Tekken because we haven't heard a lot, or what?
I think their hype just died down, man. Like the fact that the game has been out for over a year.
2 years, bro. It's been
2 years. And it's just now coming to America. To console, I should say the console.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, you don't get the hype of a release because like, well, shit, we done seen people have actual whole ass tournaments for this game, and now we get to play.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure it'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? But I just in terms of like just sheer overall hype, like Street Fighter V generated hype, nah.
Yeah, it's like somebody saved you a plate.
Yeah, it's just okay. This is you got this for me, cool.
Yeah, I think
like you ain't get to be there when it was nice and hot out the oven, but they saved you a plate, but then you got,
Right.
your car broke down and it took you a while to get back. You had to go through some bullshit,
Right.
and now you finally get that
Not a
plate, so
food.
you're not even really hungry
Right.
because you
Food
had to,
code. Right.
you had to eat on your way because you weren't gonna make it to the plate. So now you're saving up that leftover plate for the next day, and yeah, it's like it's good, but
yeah, and I think they're banking on this story mode supposed to be so intricate, so
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's dangerous. I think
yeah,
that's dangerous too.
yeah. Because I'm like, man, don't get me wrong, it's still a story mode. I'm not going to run through a story mode that many times. Like,
Right.
just get me to the game.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I'm a big fan of story mode. But even like I said it multiple times, as great and as fantastic as I feel as Mortal Kombat X's story mode is, I still only ran through it maybe twice, like once and a half.
Right.
And I think it's
Right.
fantastic. I think it was the best story mode in a fighting game that I've played.
Mm,
Right.
And I still only ran through it maybe once and a half times.
yep.
So um, there's that.
Because eventually you just want to fight, man. Like that's just how I go. You just want to fight, man. You just want to fight people in the game. Like the story mode
Arcade
is
mode.
fantastic. Yeah, like story mode is
That's all
fantastic.
we need is arcade mode.
Right. Like the story mode is
Well, Tekken
fine,
Don't
but
always,
overthink it.
I think we're gonna get that.
yeah, no, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, because
I don't
that's a
think.
That was,
Tekken
that
staple.
was more so me still being bitter with Capcom. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, I feel like even if they went and dropped this arcade mode or the case may be,
It's too late.
it won't gonna do anything.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
opinion.
it's too late.
My opinion. If they ain't drop it at launch and they ain't drop it with that first patch, the story mode patch, there's no sense in dropping one now. You don't need it. What do you need it for now? Like,
Well, I
Right.
would personally still. I mean, I would still enjoy it if they dropped it, but
oh yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
won't boost their sales. Yeah, it won't
Right.
boost their sales
Oh
at this
right,
point.
yeah. Which I think that's their goal now is boosting the sales, get the sales back up, to get that.
I don't think there's any way. I don't think there's any way for them to boost sales unless they drop the price of the game significantly,
The
and
game is
including.
already cheap.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm talking about. Like it's nothing they can do right now, and they kind of in a bad spot. And they had this big old 10-year plan almost of keeping Street Fighter Five. I don't know how they sustain it unless they just charging us out the ass for every DLC, which it looks like that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what they would do that would definitely boost the sales. Street Fighter Five. And just like mechanic, add a second super art.
Yeah, that's
Super
it.
Fighter Five. Your
True.
sales immediately. That's just what they did with Street Fighter Four. Street Fighter Four had to hit a wall. Super Street Fighter Four, second super, a shit ton of characters. Now you pull everybody in for the next 5 years.
What would you charge for that though? That's the key. Is that be another $60?
Nah.
Um, nah, I wouldn't charge nobody another sixty
Yeah,
dollars.
because they can't
I
sell
would.
it's going to be an update. It's going to be a DLC for people who have the game. So you
Right,
have to include all the DLC and everything for new players. So
Yeah.
like, what is that? forty
right,
Well,
dollars?
like now you can buy the season 1, season 2 pass
It's
and
$80.
for like $80.
Yeah, it's $80. That's what I'm talking about.
Right,
Yeah.
which if you're getting a brand new game and you're getting all that, that's not that bad considered what we paid for like Mortal Kombat and what we paid for whatever. So you think about somebody
combat packs 1 and 2.
right, you think about
Right,
somebody now who hasn't bought the game, who hasn't played it. You tell them
Yeah,
that
but when Combat Pack 2 came out, you can get the Mortal Kombat XL, and that was $60. And
right, so
it was season 1 and season 2.
right. So think of somebody like me and you. We paid $60 for the original game. And we bought the season pass initially. All we had to do is pay another $20,
Right.
which we spent $100 on the game, right?
Right.
Mortal Kombat SL drop, somebody who never played Mortal Kombat can go spend $60 and get
Yeah.
everything that we paid $100 for. That's all Capcom is doing. They're following this, like Capcom is following the same thing that Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat did. They're
Well,
doing
that's what I'm
nothing.
saying. But it's $80 for one season.
No, it's two. You get both.
Okay,
you
so
both seasons.
$80
You
for
get both
both
seasons for the
Season
80.
seasons
one, season two,
rather than
season
$60.
but
That's
it's
my point. Like
it's either 60
in my
or
opinion, they could have done it at 40 bucks to have that be a deal for people to go out and go get it.
So
To
what do you get?
boost.
So if I bought out of 5 today, I would get season 1, right?
For 12 to $15 at that. So let's take that account for it.
So I would get season 1 for $15.
No. If you bought Street Fighter 5 today, brand new, you're only going to.
I would just get the 16. I would get the 16 characters that came with the game,
Right,
right?
for $15. The game is like $15 now. If you did want to purchase
Okay.
the additional,
And then if you get season 1, the whole rest of season 1 and season 2 is what, another $50?
right? So you're
$45?
spending $60.
So then why would I
But you
spend
get
80
both
for the
seasons.
package?
Well, because it comes with other stuff too. It's like some kind of deluxe deal. So it's like
Yeah, like you get like the stages and shit. Yeah, you get like the stages and shit.
So like I said, it's the same. It's the same deal. Same as that thing MK did. Same thing Killer Instinct did because they keep re-releasing that game.
I think it's just the $20. That extra $20 is rubbing me the wrong way. I don't see the math and how you trying to cater to a new audience. I understand the people that already have it, like ourselves. We're gonna pay for the DLC regardless. But this is more so like, okay, the people who didn't get it in the first place. How am I going to?
Right. What's your best course of action to get everything for the game?
Right. But like
$60, okay, it's Christmas time. All other games are about $60 anyway. Why is it $80 worth when other games were? If they did a package a year later or 2 years later, it'd be $50 to $60, including all DLC. Like, why is it $80? And that's where that extra $20 is really what's rubbing me the wrong way.
Well, that's a holiday sale thing and a brand new thing.
So think about what we're getting. Street Fighter is at what right now by itself 25 characters.
Something like that. That sounds about right. 23, I think it's 23. No.
25 with the Kuma.
No, six season 1 DLC characters and a Kuma. That's 23. Yeah.
23 characters. Okay, because we had 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Urian is part of the season 1 6. So yeah.
All right. So what you're paying for is you get the holiday bundle, you get season 1, you get season 2, you get all the stuff that come with it, all the costumes, all the stages, and all that included for that $60 to $80 deal. Me personally, I don't think that's a bad deal when I compare it to
all the individuals, the individualized shit. Yeah.
I don't think it's that it's the same deal to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got a lot of shit with Combat Packs 1 and 2.
Right. And this is somebody that dual purchase more to come back. I paid for it on the Xbox and paid for it on the PS4. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, Killer Instinct, I bought the disc for $20 and then they turned right around and I had to spend like another $20 for season 1, another $20 for season 2, another $20 for season 3. And then they about to drop season 3.5, which is gonna be another one. That's $120 for that game that nobody's playing really anymore. So like I said, I'm picturing that along the same lines. Now, of course, the older the game gets, you're gonna be able to get more stuff at a cheaper rate. You're gonna be able to get Mortal Kombat SL now for like $30, which means we lost 70% of the money we spent on it. But that's because
that's why you can't really compare from buying it at launch to buying it as a new person now, because you got to look at it that way. Same thing like you said, Killer Instinct. If you spent it from launch to now, you spent $100, but somebody can go and buy Killer Instinct Complete right now for like $50-$60, and it's going to give you all first three seasons, all 3 seasons, and all stages, and all extra content, everything right now. And that's really what I'm comparing it to. If it's a new person buying it right now in comparison to somebody buying a new deluxe package of any other fighting game, they're rarely going to come out with that deluxe package being $80 or $100. It's usually $60, like as if it's a new game.
But we also got
that's what I'm comparing it to.
2 full years after launch, right? We got 2 years after launch.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct has been out since the launch day of Xbox One. So that's 4.
But that's what I'm saying. Even when they came out with the complete package last year, for which season 1 and 2, it was $60. When they came out with the complete package with all the DLC after season 1 of DLC, it was $60. So typically, usually going to repackage it with everything included so far, and it's typically going to be $60.
Right.
So, this is the first time I've seen a fighting game. Like a fighting game. Other games, yes. Like, you have your RPGs and your other games, they'll repackage and include all their DLC, and they'll be like $80 the next year or $90 the next year. And That's those other games though. You got more gameplay like hours out of those. You know what I mean? As far as the gameplay, single player content. But for a fighting game, usually it's typically going to get repackaged with a deluxe bundle for about $50 to $60. And this is the first time personally that I've noticed it getting repackaged and bundled up the year later, and it being $80 more than what it cost the beginning time.
But you still remember, like I said, MK was 2 years old when it got repackaged as an SL. Killer Instinct now has been out for 4 years. We're not even a full year into Street Fighter yet. We're not even a full calendar year from release date. So like,
and there was a collector's.
They're desperate for sales. I'm speaking from like they're desperate for sales. So that $20 difference, that for me, for somebody who hasn't played it, wasn't interested in the first place, and I think it wasn't that great. That extra $20. So now I could have got it for 60, and maybe if I didn't like it, you know what I mean, I didn't have to get all those extra characters. Right. And it's a year later, so like you said, you can get the basic game for $15-$20. You pull me in for $60. I'll go ahead and do it because now I got everything that came with it. Because now it's a bargain at this point. You know, $80 is not, like you said. You say it's a fair price. I'm not looking for a fair price because I didn't like the game at first. Right. You're trying to get me. You see what I'm saying? I need a bargain. You need to convince me to get it.
You can get the game for $12 to $15, and if there's only one DLC character you want to play, that's $5. You're still spending.
And if that's the case, they would have done that already. If that's the case, they would have done that already.
That's how it is.
You see what I'm saying? Like that doesn't justify the package. They would have done that already. That particular market that they're trying to reach. It's already been discounted. It had the Black Friday sales. It had the Fat Kid Deal sales and all that stuff where you could get it for 50 and 70% off all throughout the year just for the basic game. That wasn't enough to boost sales either. Them packaging it at $80 isn't going to, they weren't willing to pay the $20-$30 for it. They're not about to pay the $80 for it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they weren't going to do that. So that's really my my only point with that one. It's like, right. I don't see how that's pulling.
I don't think that $80 package is for those gamers though. The $80 package is for the people who are excited about Street Fighter V and couldn't get Street Fighter V the first go round, and now they waited for more shit. Maybe they waited for Akuma to drop, and now they see, oh, I get Akuma and all whatever characters come in, I get them for free. I ain't got to worry about paying for them or when I'm gonna have it, and when they drop, and I get all these stages too, these expensive ass stages, I get those included in that too. That's what that collector's edition is for. It's not for people who ain't tripping off the game, because people who ain't tripping off the game, you ain't gonna sell them on it unless you do a complete overhaul of the game, unless you drop Super Street Fighter V. Those people are the people you change with that. But if you just adding shit to a game that you already have, and all you're doing is saying, hey, get all of our collectors shit this go round, people gonna pass over that anyway, because like you said, they passed over the main game, so the extra shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. It makes all the sense in the world. I just want the game to work. These balance changes is like so far from what I've seen. I mean, it's
cool. You're on mute, bro. We can't hear you. I see your mouth move.
Your filter too loud, bro. Turn your filter down. We can't hear you over that filter, Till.
I think
his beard was blocking with soundproofing his mic.
I think these headphones are going out too.
Filters.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like Capcom's trying to appeal to the casual gamer, and the thing about being a casual gamer is some shit has to wow you off the break for you to even put your money towards it. And then it didn't wow people off the break.
I mean, not even that. What the hell is a legit casual gamer? A casual gamer is somebody I don't think turn on their system every day like people like us.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, to get them to spend their money, you got to wow them with their shit. Like, I have a friend who has a PlayStation 4 who doesn't play that shit except for the occasional time they play Mortal Kombat. They ain't really into fighting games. But they bought Mortal Kombat because the shit was fucking graphically incredible. So you got to like wow people. You got to wow people with your shit. And like to people who play fighting games, Street Fighter V is like, oh shit, this looks kind of dope. But if you ain't into it, so
yeah.
Right.
You just roll.
Just some niggas throwing Hadoukens, and that's it. Okay. What is a crush counter? I don't care.
Right.
Shit, I don't think half the people
Why
that's
did
playing the
he
game.
get electrocuted when I kicked him?
Right. I don't think. I'm saying even people who play fighting games, they don't give a fuck about what a crush counter is.
They gonna play it because they want to play it, and that's it. At the end of the day, that's it. But speaking of
Man.
playing, these balance 2 changes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
I got my character finally. Akuma, I'm really digging him. He's really different. Vortex still there, somewhat, kind of is limited.
Yeah.
The demon looks better than it ever has before because you actually see what's going on.
Yeah, that's the best one. That's the best demon. That's the best demon.
Raging Demon is godlike. Yeah, it really is good.
Yeah, the costume, his new look, it fits. It fits.
Yeah, it fits.
You know why?
I'm not feeling it. I think they should have went. I would have preferred them go with his default costume being his general costume, just based on Street Fighter 4 and Third Strike.
Right. That's
That
true.
don't fit.
That's true. That's true.
That's really story wise. I'm like, when all of a sudden did he look like Simba? Like, what was he doing in the woods during that period of time?
I look at that. So I was thinking about that, and I came up with this scenario. If Third Strike is the end game, Street Fighter 4 is a little bit before.
Mm-hmm.
So if Third Strike is the end, wasn't Third Strike like he mastered the Sasui no Hado? Wasn't that? Am I incorrect in that story?
Well, his ending is him deep in the ocean doing some Satsui no Hado shit, and like some nigga in a boat sees him or something. Like that's literally it. He like splits a mountain.
Right. Okay. So right, because I was reading, I was trying to figure out where does this story work, how could this work. So what I took from it as the Street Fighter 4 is the beginning. He's Akuma. He turns into Oni when he becomes fully possessed by it.
Mm-hmm.
You see this costume of him now in Street Fighter 5. That's him trying to harness and still be himself while mastering the power. And then, like I said, he also got the he got the critical art in this game that wasn't in Street Fighter 4, but it's in Third Strike, which he only got when he mastered, when he became comfortable with it. So I'm like, I guess we kind of saw the transition of Akuma, of like him being regular Akuma, turning into Oni, losing himself, slowly getting himself back after going deep in training, hibernation, whatever he had to do to find his purpose. And now, like Street Fighter Third Strike, he knows who he is. He knows what his end goal is. He mastered it. Like that's just how I see the transition of it. And I hope we get a little more story to back that up. But that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, why would you do this whole character overhaul, looking this different and all this other stuff? But then I had to say that.
What about the Iridium? That one skin where he looked like he from Borderlands 2 with all this Iridium coming out of his chest.
Which is him fighting with himself. You see part of Oni, because that's kind of how Oni used to look with the cracked skin and everything. And then
that's true.
So like, that's just an extra costume, but it kind of fits.
I don't know. I feel like I smell a jug. I smell a jug. That's all. I smell a jug. They knew everybody wanted the standard, the OG Akuma costume. We're gonna charge you $7 for it unless you got the season pass, or $5 or whatever it is.
Right.
I mean,
it still makes sense but like I said, it still makes sense.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It fits.
I just think it fits from an age standpoint. Like if Ryu is older with his gloves beat the fuck up, and Ken is older, Chun-Li's older, like it makes sense that Akuma, who is already like, in Goken's generation, it makes sense that he looks like an old warrior. Like I get it. Like I get it. Like I don't think his sideburns should be the same length as his hair on his head.
That's what's throwing me.
That's what's throwing me. But like the fact that he has a long beard and long hair, even though he still has his shit tied up, means that he was in training for a very long period of time. And so he had, like, it's the same question as how did Ryu manage to dye his hair? He's naturally a redhead. Why is his hair black? When did Ken dye his hair? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be like technical about the story, you can. But I think what they're going for is that there is an age jump from Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter V, and that these people are considerably older now, and Akuma has already been an old dude, but he's still a fighter. So I get the Akuma beard. I like the battle costume, to be honest. I like that one more than the regular costume. I feel like that fits.
With his starch scarf he got.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that fits more. And I even if you want to go back to Ultra and the costume where he has like the hooded thing, I think that also fit. I think that would be a dope way to come back with him as well. So I get it. But yeah. He's
it also matches
a
the
sick character.
kanji that's on his back now after the Raging Demon.
Right.
It's the shin,
right.
It's the godlike with him. So it shows a transformation of the character. Because you didn't get that in 4. So it's like I said, it matches with the story. I just be looking for I think logic. Like where's the logic?
Right. There's no logic in fighting game stories. There's no logic in fighting game stories.
They try, but it don't.
Shout out Blaze Blue.
No, right. There's no logic. Mortal Kombat is about Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
So there's no logic to the story. They're demonic ninjas with master of ice powers, and this movie is about this game is about a movie star who wants to prove he can do his own stunt. Like, come on, man.
His body.
He's gonna save the world. His daughter is gonna save the world.
Right.
With his General S wife. Come on, son.
Right.
Yeah. But outside of Akuma,
season 2 is looking good. I like Akuma. His Ultra the Demon looks fantastic. I'm not a big, as we just spoke, I'm not a big fan of the new look, but I do his nostalgia look is godlike. I think they did a fantastic job with that. His overall gameplay looks good so far. I think he's going to be a nice mix-up character. Fun to play with. He definitely is straight up fun to play with. I just enjoy pressing buttons with him.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
we'll check back with you. We'll check back with you in a couple months when people actually master how to play Akuma, and we'll see how fun he is.
No. I don't play other people. You got to play the computer. I only like playing the computer. Yeah, no. I'm not playing other people with Akuma because I'm not that good to play with Akuma against people. I'll leave that to you all. I got to stick with my Ibuki and Rashid when I'm playing other people. But
early.
Yeah.
Early fast take. I don't think he's gonna be one of those characters that can win majors though.
Yeah, I think it's health too low.
You're gonna need a second. In a 2 out of 3 set, you can take Akuma all day. But until 3 out of 5s, and if you in winners finals, and you can reset the bracket or whatever, or you got that long set, you're doing like a 1st to 5, 1st to 10. I don't think you can do it with Akuma, man.
Right.
You can do it. Yeah, 2 combos he did.
Yeah, it's in this game, it's hard. Ultra was a little different. It wasn't as bad because you had focus attack to get out the way. Demon, he had a couple options. In this
teleport, teleport was better. Teleport sucks in this game.
Man, you gonna get bopped.
I saw somebody get grabbed out of teleport, so that let me know never to use it in the match.
Battle, shout out Chris Battle. He grabbed me out my teleport last night like twice. I'm like, yep, I can't do this no more.
Nope.
Right.
Sheesh. I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. And then especially, I think what was crazy is I felt like if they had kept the invincible moves and stuff in the game, Akuma would be broken.
Yeah, that's why they had to take it out. I feel like they really made a lot of changes to make Akuma work in this game.
Yeah, if some of the stuff that used to work, anti-air jabs, because he could still do it. Anti-air jabs. If his parry wasn't crush counterable, if you didn't have as much recovery on teleport attack, CC Nash, he would be broken. Mm-hmm. And then if you could do some of the old stuff like the jumping back fireballs, neutral jump fireballs, he'd be broke. He'd be best character in the game and would never lose that spot unless Young came along somehow, somewhere. Nope. Yeah, man. But the rest of the cast is once again, I think they did a good job with balance changes. Because we all saw the patch notes, and some of us kind of panicked at some of the changes that was happening, but it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Right.
Granted, it's still new stuff gonna be figured out as time go on. We were still discovering new tech up until these changes came along, so it's be like that again. But it's not as bad. Nash isn't as busted. You know, they hurt him bad, but it didn't hurt him as bad as I thought it was going to feel like. Like he's still serviceable, and in some matches, I think he will still do well. Like I think he does well against Akuma. So
right,
it's gonna be different. I think now is going to be definitely the game changes. It's definitely going to be more important that you learn more than one character, though.
Yeah,
yes.
I can't complain.
Yes.
All three of the characters I like that I play a little bit got buffs. So Ibuki, Rashid, and Nikali all got buffs. So I can't really complain too much.
Now, I kind of feel like they hurt Nikali a little bit. Like I feel like he got bust, but he also got hurt. But I feel like the hurt was a little bit more simply because they lowered his damage. That's what made Nikali scary. He did so much damage. Now you can take a little bit more hits from him and not be as scared or whatever. But that overhead though, hey man, you get caught slipping with that, RIP.
And that's why they lowered his overall damage, because that would have been OP.
Dude, overhead into stump into critical art, that's 570.
Yep.
570. Like, bro, come on now. That's retarded. But hey,
who currently has the is it Akuma who has the strongest, like, as far as what we've discovered so far, combo into critical art or just biggest damage?
I think so. I've seen Max do some really wild shit, but Geef has some wild shit just because his combo is a throw. His super is a grab. So Geef shit can get kind of ridiculous, but in terms of like long extended combos into super that also still do damage, Akuma's is pretty good. Cammy, Urian.
Is it like anybody more than anybody getting close to 600? Other than like we just said,
Nikali.
Just Nikali, right?
That Nikali combo, yeah. That Nikali combo.
Because I know Buki's it drops hers got boosted a little bit. Hers goes up to like 540. Yeah. For Ibuki with her max damage critical art combo, like that I can figure out that I've seen online and stuff, about 540, somewhere around there. And if Nikali's at 570, that's the highest I've seen.
Yeah, 570 was max. And that was I can't, but that was also 570 on Cammy too. So
yeah. So it looked like a whole lot.
I mean, 570 going to be 570 regardless. So I mean, but yeah, it takes out almost all of her health. But even on a average character, that's half your life bar, over half your life bar. Everybody on average have 1,000 health. So I mean, yeah, that's half your health bar. Even the big guys with 1050 or 1100, that's still half your health bar. So
yeah, I will say the highest now is 1025, and that's Urian, Geef, and Balrog. Which, man, I don't get. They buffed Balrog, and I feel like they gave him buffs he didn't need. It's weird, but
I'm scared of Balrog.
Nah, still not, because his turn punch still interruptible. His V he can still be hit out of, you know, and the fact he still doesn't have a wake up definitely hurts him in his game. But you know, once he starts hitting, he hurts. I'm kind of actually scared of Rashid now.
Yeah.
These buffs to Rashid was like he's really, really good now. He's not
he was already sneaky good on the right hands. Yeah. So he was already sneaky good.
And on top of that,
underestimated him.
Yeah, and they gave him more damage. You know, he was already tough to get damage with, so then you give him more damage, so now you don't have to worry about doing the super long combos anymore. And they gave him more ways to combo into his critical art, so now it's more useful as Rashid to keep full meter versus wasting it on ES Eagle Spikes or Eagle Dives or whatever it is. So, hey man, character's good. Karen's still good. Chun-Li's always going to be good. She's never going to be a bad character.
Nope.
Nope.
They gave Ryu more damage.
They sure did.
Like, I'm like, okay, you took away, and they didn't take nothing away from Ryu. Outside of DP, but people still DPing out here, and it's still working somehow, some way. So, I mean, it's the game. I mean, it feels like a new game, but it's also it feels good.
Street Fighter.
It feels good. Yeah, Street Fighter feels good. It definitely feels good to play the game still. I'm actually liking now that with a lot of these changes, you know, I feel like a lot of people are gonna play the character they want to play now. They don't feel like that character is as bad, you know. So I hope we do see more Jury, more Ibuki.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the character, we'll see more Fong because you know we need character diversity in the game. That's how a game stays popping, character diversity.
Right.
Yeah. You never know who's gonna win.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's one of the things that hurt Third Strike in the long run. You got three characters that were a godlike.
Yeah.
Three
But
characters that
yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
King, Chun Li, Yun. And
Yeah.
then after
That's what
that,
hurt.
everybody else was like, oh. You know, Ultra, same thing happened in Ultra. You had to play like Ryu, Akuma,
Elena. All
Yun,
the Elenas.
Elena.
All the Elenas.
The ultimate pocket.
The pocket Elena. Everybody had a pocket Elena.
Well, she was never good enough to win by herself, but you damn sure
Nah,
could get
she
on
had to
some
learn.
matchups
Had
with
to
her.
learn Elena, man.
It's tough, man. But hey, you know, Akuma's here. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with these 5 brand new characters we supposed to get. Ain't never seen before. This is
Yeah,
scary.
that's really
The
interesting.
scary water Capcom is entering, but they've done it before. They did it with Third Strike.
Right.
They did it with Alpha 3.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
they did it with Street Fighter EX, which now that I go back wasn't that bad of a game. It was kind of cool with some of
Right.
the
It
stuff
just
you
look.
can do. It just was poorly made,
Right.
I would say. So
It looked bad. Yeah. It just
it
looked
looked
bad.
bad,
It looked bad.
but it wasn't a bad game. It was kind of cool with some of the stuff, like you know, you can cancel one super into another super into another super on some Marvel type stuff.
Right.
But bring back Skullomania, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I want to give them credit, but I know it's not going to happen. It'd be real nice if they like that was the DLC, but they snuck in a legacy character just for basically for free.
Right.
Like that'd be cool. But I know it's not going to happen, but it would be cool.
What I hope they don't do is take all year to drop these next 5 characters, since we got one this year technically. Don't
Right.
take all year
Right.
to get the next 5, and then the next batch of DLC should be all legacy characters that need to be in the game. The guy, Dudley, Sakura. Um, who else needs to be in this game? Uh,
Sakura. Sakura needs obviously been the guy.
yeah. I think Sakura needs to be here. They already got I think Viper needs to be in because she's really kind of big in the story. Uh,
Mm,
Yeah. Abel in the
I think
story.
Abel. And
yeah.
then what would be dope? What would be dope is if they bring the twins back as like the same character. You just alter which one you want to use.
Yeah. That's
That
how.
would
That's how it was on Warrior. Yan and Yang were the same character. You just picked them based on your selection.
yeah, I
They all
think
had the same moves.
that would be cool if they brought that back. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. You guys, I know, Deuce, you played some Ibuki. With them buffs looking like, since she got more health, more damage.
The health helps. The health helps a whole lot, like a whole lot. She takes a couple more hits, and then with her comeback factor, it helps a lot. Because all you need is a little bit more time. If you could take a couple more hits to build that V gauge, so you can get them bombs popping, then yeah, you always have a possibility to come back because that is real easy to drop that 400 to 500 damage. That's a serious comeback mechanic, and it's nice. The extra frame she has on her normals helps her stay close. I was playing some matches last night after we got off, and her standing medium punch into the overhead kick that used to be cute and now it's legit. Like I was able to just string it back to back to back, and dude ain't even people. There was like several guys behind, wasn't able to jab out of it. They didn't know what to do. They were trying to block. They even when they blocked it, it was plus. It was safe on block, so that that helps a lot. Her mediums buttons really help. So yeah, I can see her kind of. I think maybe guys like Sako, guys who
Hmm.
historically played Ibuki, who didn't play him in tournament because she was lacking some tools. Now she has some tools. They made her magic carpet parachute actually usable now. It's still scary, but you can actually attack on the way down. And with DPs not being invincible anymore, yeah, it works out. So you can actually drop out of the little magic carpet and attack with anybody. You can do any of your air attacks out of it, and you couldn't do that before. All you could do is maybe kunai, and that was just, and you couldn't stop it. It wasn't nothing you can do. So it was a useless move. Now you can actually use it potentially. So it's a nice little neutral jump escape out of a corner, stuff like that. So it really does help. I like her. Got a lot of labbing to do. But
Till, have you hopped in any?
Um,
You hopped in any of these changes? You
yeah,
went through
I
some
played some season two. I played, I'm still playing Ryu. I played some Akuma. I played against an Akuma while playing Ryu, and it's what I've seen from Akuma. Well, of course, this is what the first week of the character being out is that there are a lot of things that are unsafe, and there are a lot of things you can throw him out of, and so you kind of got to slow play him if you're playing against him. Um, and even though I think there's a little bit of a vortex situation that people are still trying to learn. Like, Battle posted a video in our chat showing some cross up setups that don't even bring up the cross up notification. Um, so that stuff's kind of scary. But as far as for you goes, you still play them the same way. It's just you got more damage and you probably uppercut where you normally anti-air jab, but I've been uppercutting, so that doesn't change the way that I play.
no.
um but yeah, like, he just has more damage. You just got to play him the way you play him. He's very good at a lot of things, and there are some things that other characters are better than him at, so you just play him, you stay solid, and you get your damage when you can.
Yep. And I think people don't, and once again, I feel like Ryu probably still is the best character in the game because he has tools to deal with every situation. But as it normally goes, because he doesn't do the most damage or have the best health, he's going to be dropped to like mid tier when people don't understand.
Right.
He's all around the best character that you can ever pick. Because it's not one situation he's going to sit there and lose in significantly. They struggle, maybe a little bit harder than others, but he's still gonna be really, 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 really good.
Right.
yes, sir. But yeah, man, I'm excited about the new characters. I'm excited about the future. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Capcom figures something out. They're kind of in a hole as far as sales is concerned. So hopefully, stuff does pick up for them. Because I want them to sell. I want them to make some money. Because the more money they make, then they'll continue to go with more characters. They'll keep this whole trend going. Because they promised us. They promised that they weren't going to do this whole super ultra mama's version of the game, and I don't want them to re-release a whole new super ultra Street Fighter 5, and it's locked out and you have to buy that game. I will, if they do anything,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't mind it being a deluxe pack like we were just talking about, $60-$80 or whatever, and then calling that the Super Street Fighter 5, kind of like Mortal Kombat XL did. That's okay, but don't lock out the people who already have the game. So make that a DLC and just keep it rocking like that. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. In the age of updates and stuff, they can completely update the game over the air. It'll be a 10
Right.
gig update. You know what I mean? They can kind of tweak some graphics and stuff like that over the air now too, with our current version of technology that we have. So there's really no excuse for them to try to charge us another 80 or $100 to get a whole brand new game, which is the same game with DLC. So I hope they don't fall back into that just because of sales. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm scared of.
I don't think they're gonna do that for the simple fact they're gonna because like I said, well, Killer Instinct didn't do that, neither did Mortal Kombat. Even if you didn't buy SL, you still got all the balance changes. You still got all the patch updates. No issues. And I feel like on PS3 and Xbox 360, no game had patch updates like that really.
Right.
There were games outside of sports
Pretty
games
awesome.
that you were getting. Yeah. So I feel like now there's really no reason to even go about doing that market because you'll be shooting yourself in the foot. So as they said, they promised all balance changes and stuff like that to the game will be made free. You don't have to. You don't want these characters. You don't have to purchase them. Like, they're making everything optional, which I still appreciate. Hey, this is the base game. Whatever you want, you have the option of just selecting that and getting that. If you only want one costume, you can buy that one costume. Granted, you'll spend more money in the long run, probably, or unless you just got one character you only play and that's it. Cool. You know, I think it may suck if like your character end up being trash because then you got to
Right.
spend time with another character. But I don't. I still think no character in this game is unserviceable. Even Geef, even Fong,
Laura.
Laura's got more ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, they make.
Are we still saying R.I.P. to Mika?
She's not bad.
No, you can still get Mika, dog. You can still get Mika.
Like the second she
Me
puts
getting
you in the
Mika,
corner, that's it.
right? Me getting
And
Mika
then,
is still a thing.
and then the fear is, if you do get her in the corner, she can command grab you and just put you in the corner, or just throw you in the corner. So you still gonna die. You just might die a little slower. That's it. You know.
Right.
That's it. Just with a little freeze frame. That's
Right.
all.
All right, well, bet. Well, we got anything else coming up, fellas? I think that's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
Next tournaments, as far as everything, everybody's on holiday right now, so we're pretty much not gonna hear any real news about anything else until mid to late January, right?
Final round.
Cool.
Yeah, I think final round is the first major.
Right.
Well, actually, I take it back. That's the first Capcom Cup major.
Oh, that's the first Capcom major. Okay.
Yeah, because remember, I think last year we had Winter Brawl S that Lij won. That was considered major, and they had.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
right. You got the Jones overseas that's going on too. That's considered majors that I think you can get.
Right.
You can't get points for or nothing, but it's still a major tournament, just like NEC.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, but
well, as always, it's always a pleasure to kick it with you fellas. We looking good with this. What I'm gonna do with our tournament that we already got going because folks were sick and folks were dying, and life got in the way. We just gonna go ahead and restart. We're gonna restart that. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and restart it. I'll probably just reboot that thing today, and then we'll go and run that. So it's mostly us guys here in the Fight Club. So we'll just go ahead and get that restarted, and we'll rock from there. Other than that, it's always a pleasure. Happy to have everybody watching us here on the Fight Club. Appreciate you guys' support. We'll always be back with you guys. We'll probably come back after the new year and catch up with you guys. Other than that, thanks for joining us on the Fight Club. Y'all go ahead and say bye.
Yeah, man. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you celebrate Hanukkah.
Enjoy your holiday, man.
Yeah.
Call your mama. Call your mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Not call your daddy. Call whoever. Call your grandparents. Call your auntie.
Call your family, man.
Call your cousins. Go see them. Go see them. And also because we got to give a shout out to Overlord. It's her birthday.
Yes, word.
Without Overlord, this show wouldn't be possible because she pushed us.
Yeah. Happy birthday to my wife, Overlord.
Indeed.
Most definitely.
For she would say, everybody have a cupcake.
Yep, cupcake, cake or death,
Cake or death.
Yes, indeed. But all right, folks, holla at y'all from the Fight Club. See y'all next year.
Yeah.
All right.